Hello, I'm Chakax. Welcome to Void War. Void War is a space combat roguelike, very reminiscent of Faster Than Light FTL, fantastic, but rather veteran game on Steam now. So as you've seen from the title and thumbnail, we'll be playing as the Witch this time. We've prevailed on our first attempt with the Exile, so we can move that way. We're going to purchase the Witch, so we can have a Psyker heavy run. Let's try and experiment with the weird, wacky, wonderful space magic and see what it's got for us. Unlock the Witch. Confirm. We are now a Witch. Name myself. So I was private Chakax last time. Let's slightly upgrade ourselves. There you go. I'm a PFC, private first class. As I complete runs, I guess we can do slightly higher ranks as we go through. Okay, we also get a choice of ship as well. The Imperial Cruiser A, the Interdictor A, the Relic Freighter A. And I can't get to these. And I think all the Bs are. You do A's or B's or other ships, so Psyker. Oh, this is very Psyker heavy. That makes sense. So we can do all of the wizards. I can just barely afford the Imperial Cruiser B. That's perfect. Okay, that makes sense. We were destined to play this ship. There we go. We have all the witches. Imperial Magister, who's a Psyker with Rejuvenate. Ourselves, a Psyker with Death Bolt, and an Imperial Acolyte, a Psyker with Force Shield. Very good. Okay. We can rename crew. So what I'll do when the first part is released, there's obviously commenters will be giving me feedback and kind of playing along. So I'll take two names and plug them in there. I'll try and do it first come first serve, but there is a slight limitation where if your name is a series of letters and numbers, it's somewhat difficult to implement. So if you have a rather easy to use name, that makes my life slightly easier. For our vessel, the Sunhammer. Surely we can do better than that. We have to do all aboard. Space magic. There we go. I think that's all we need to do. Difficulty, we can load up to Torment 1. Merchant stock is significantly greater variety. Solar flares, corrosive storms, and rift storms are more intense. But we don't have a huge amount of experience with the game as is, so we can start playing the higher difficulties maybe a little bit later. We'll just play it on normal for now. The God King has fallen. The Empire is in despair. Brother fights against brother as the ruinous cults sweep through the stars. The very fabric of reality trembles before the onslaught of demonic swarms. Deep within the Imperial core worlds, one final hope exists to rekindle the flames within the Vault of Souls. To the Empire, you are a blasphemer. To the cults, you are a heretic. Trust no one. Let none stop you from bringing the renegades of this forsaken realm to their destined annihilation. Prepare for the long voyage ahead. Okay, so we're there. So we get our upgrade. We can start upgrading ship systems. I could immediately upgrade sensors, which usually I do, as it's rather nice. I select Death Bolt, so I can do damage to crew. Has a long charge time, however, to be aware of. Force Shield, which protects us against projectiles, and Rejuvenate, which heals us in case we get hit. That being said, we're not particularly potent combatants. The Magister and ourselves, we can defend ourselves. The Acolyte should probably just stay away from big bad enemies. I've turned my guns on as we're not doing anything else. I think I will immediately upgrade the ship systems as there's no reason not to. Yeah, sensors. So I can see what's going on in enemy vessels. Okay, here's our map. There's a row of shops. I think we're going to prioritize the shamans whenever we can see them, as we want to purchase as much psychomancy as possible. There are none others here, so we can just take whatever we want. Avoid the abstract wound as I learned last time. So this way. Perhaps we'll go to the Imperial. Although if it's an Imperial shrine, we did an Imperial run last time. So let's try and find a different shrine to pledge ourselves to on this occasion. You encounter a raider vessel under attack by an Imperial patrol ship. Attack the Imperial ship. You power your weapons and move to engage the Imperial ship. Okay. A recruit and a recruit. If I'm very lucky and pull them in the same room, Death Bolt would actually kill both of them. But we're not likely to do that chance. I can pick off one of them instantly though, which is nice. So let's assassinate their helmsman. Start shooting at the other one. Their weapon is a single thunder cannon with one shot. I have one shield, so we can't be hurt. I'll be cruel and I'll hit their life support. There you go, he's dead. If I wait 30 seconds, I could simply kill the other one as well. It would be easier to shoot them into submission. The Retributor 3. Number of shots 3, long charge time, power 2. So yeah, just wait for that to charge. Let's get rid of their shields now. The Energy Lance passes through enemy shielding, so I can fire this 4 times, and then I can't fire it anymore in this engagement. Which is fine, because once it's expended itself, we've probably won by then. Okay, the shields are down. He'll then run towards the shields, and we'll shoot him. 3 shots in very quick succession. That's quite promising. There's no real value in using the other spells as of right now. We don't need to protect or heal anything. No, let's use Death Bolt. I cast Death. And dead as well. 21 scrap metal. The raiders the Imperials were after are nowhere to be found. They must have taken the opportunity to escape during your engagement. Cowards. Going to avoid this and head this way. But unfortunately, a shop so early on is of little value, as we won't have any scrap metal with which to purchase anything interesting. Sensors pick up a techno-cult vessel. It is pursued by an Imperial starship. Attack. Once again, we're doing this again. You move to intercept. Okay. Same issue, they can't really get through our shields, so we're safe. If 2 of them stand in one room... No, they've split up. So what I can do, perhaps, is lure them into one room by shooting at something. So let's knock their shields out. If I'm lucky, they'll move over there. At least 2 of them they are moving over, very good. As they're moving into that room together, we will now death bolt them and assassinate 2/3 of their crew. Dead. I leave a single little recruit. By the time these guns charge, it's probably faster to kill them with evil space magic than it would be shooting them to submission. Boom. Yep. 15 seconds away. What I'm doing each time an engagement starts is I quickly scan their offensive output. If it's insufficient to crack through our shields, I just relax and play it our way. So they can fire their piddly little gun as many times as they like. It won't change the outcome. I do like the instant charge time, that's quite potent. The enemy crew have been killed. Search the remains and find a few useful items, munitions and scrap metal. Techno vessel manages to get away. There is nothing left to do here. You continue on. Not a lot of benefit in helping people, it seems. The munitions are for missile bays and artillery systems, which we aren't currently utilising, so we didn't worry about that for now. Off we pop to the shaman. Greetings. A distant flash illuminates your viewport as a small trading vessel enters real space. Maneuvers into comm range. A well-dressed group of merchants appears on your feed. They wish to trade. Let's chat. A passing traveller claims to have witnessed a vessel devoured by a nightmarish entity with countless writhing tentacles. While I remain skeptical, other similar tales have surfaced lately. Trade. So this is what we'll get. Not surprising, it'll be a number of spells. Now we can buy extra Psykers, but they are weird ones. Summon Thralls, or summon Thrall in target room, or summon Ghouls. Now I remember the Necromanters, the Ghouls are rather weak, so I'd rather try the Blood Witch and have another Psyker. But then that only leaves me with 21 scrap metal to buy a single option. Is there anything here that is better than our current spells? I like Death Bolt, we'll keep that. 4 shields to protect against damage and rejuvenate to heal us, versus Drain Strength, reducing target DPS. It's not amazing. Maybe if I use the Thrall aggressively and Drain Strength, they can synergize. I would have to de-learn a spell with one of ours, which would probably be one of these 2. Mind Bolt, 15 damage to target room, so a weaker version of Death Bolt. Rejuvenate we already have. Burden, cast a projectile that slows a target, that's far weak. Soul Spear, cast a projectile that deals 1 damage to target ship. Oh, direct ship damage rather than crew damage. If it's ship damage, we're better off just shooting at them, so that's not worth much. Or Noxious Blast, cast a poisonous projectile at the target room. So I think I would like... let's buy the Blood Witch, as I like Thralls. I have another Psyker in tow. And then if I want to de-learn one of these in exchange for one of those, maybe Mind Bolt or Drain Strength to help the Thrall when it boards inevitably. The charge time is rather long, but I don't know how strong the Thrall is, so I might be able to make it more expedient. Cast a projectile that heals allied crew in target room. Oh, I could maybe use that so I could heal the Thrall. So this one, shield the immediate area against hostile projectile. Charge time continuous. I think I'll get rid of this. Sell price 1510. Bizarrely, it thinks this is a better spell, but I'd rather use the offensive ones. Supposedly, that's the best spell we have from a price standpoint, but no, I want more attacking options. Is that really any better? How would I even use it? Oh, I'll leave it. I've got so little scrap mail. I'm willing to test out what we've got currently. So, Caban, or what as your currently name is, will move you around. Intersensors, I think, is sensible. I love being able to see what the enemy are doing. This means I'm not currently manning my shield, so they're rather slow to charge, but I think that's a fair trade-off. A shipyard would allow us to produce a husk to man a system, but more scrap metal generated by unvisited nodes is likely a better option for the moment. Ah, vault, interesting. Come across a death cult warship transporting valuables. Stop. Okay. There's obviously a death cultist and a number of ghouls. So I can assassinate the death cultist immediately. And then I should consider summoning a thrall. And I heal the thrall. This has a charge time of 1 second, and so I can throw heals into the thrall's room. Let's pick a single room to give ourselves better odds of this working. Their cultist has died. They're summoning a thrall now. It's fairly weak, so hitting them with energy lances takes off a decent chunk of their HP. There goes the thrall. The thrall is basically the exact equivalent of a ghoul. It's rather weak. There you go, we're now engaged in combat with an enemy ghoul. We'll defeat this one, but then lose the subsequent ones. So I'll wait for that to happen. They'll then move someone else in, and I will attempt to heal our poor thrall. Shoot this room as much as possible. They have plenty of health, so I don't have to worry about accidentally destroying the ship. I want the vault. In order to do this, I either have to kill all the crew, or as long as I don't blow up the ship, that's fine. Where's the heal? I don't know if the heal made it, or maybe it did and I just didn't make enough of a difference. Oh, there's the heal. It's very slow. The charge time is fast, but it's slow to move, sadly. Oh, curious, once you kill a ghoul, they spawn a crawler. That 1 attack, 3 HP, that's really pathetic. I'm willing to wait now and just throw death bolts until they die. Or hit them with energy lances as they have no health anyway. I think we have to be careful not to shoot the room, otherwise that will destroy the vault, which is not ideal. So let's just pick them off this way. What I'll do is I'll summon an extra thrall and have this wipe out the remainder. I have very little HP left, so I do need to do this carefully. Whee! Greetings. They'll come to me, which is appreciated. Finished. Now, I've killed them all. You can summon a thrall in this room and quickly steal the vault somehow. Just imagine the thrall teleports back with the goodies, maybe. Any crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find useful items. And we get Duraplate armor. Retrieving the vault. We have equipment. So all of our troops have slots. So tool slots, weapon slots, and armor slots. This is armor. So anyone capable of wielding armor can make use. These 3 can. I'll likely just put it on ourselves in case I'm attacked. Not a lot of direct combat is liable to occur with my Psykers. So, oh, your crew is still aboard the enemy ship. Hang on. It's referring to the thrall. I can't really recall thralls, so you're just going to have to sit there. Oh, I'm allowed to recall them. Funny. Expires between jumps, so this is irrelevant. I guess you can expire aboard our vessel rather than the enemy vessel, if you wish. Who are we to stop you? Ah, he's dead. Okay. You encounter an Ariakine choir ship. These vessels carry within them a chorus of countless initiates singing litanies in praise of the Lord of Blood. The dark energies conjured by this ritual are one of the ways the cult spread its influence. Investigate, attack, leave, or blood cultist, as I have one. Recruit an initiate. I'm fairly certain that won't be a Psyker, so there's not a huge point in me doing so. I don't particularly want non-Psykers unless we're forced to do so, so let's just murder them. Ritualist, ritualist. Oh, are they all Psykers? Ah, maybe that was a mistake. I couldn't tell in advance. You attack the blood cultist before the ritual can progress any further. Again, I can't... Interestingly, I can't kill any of these with Deathbolt. However, I can weaken them. And then when they're weakened, I can throw the Thrall in to the same room, and that will finish off the target. Their guns are 2 one-shots, so they can get through my shields to harm me, so I'll do something about that momentarily. Yeah, it's most of their HP depleted. And then... Oh, it rejuvenated itself a bit. That's annoying. We've been slowed. Just hit their shields. Oh, they're healing themselves. I see they're using their own Psyker powers effectively. I don't even know whether... There's the Thrall. Problem is they've healed too much now and we will lose. I'll try and spam some heals of my own. We've been infested. Spawns Thrall on death. I don't know what that entails, really. Actually, we're dying. How long does this... No, we're fine. We just took a bit of damage. One of them shot us with something. Again, that died. I need to fire the healing projectile before I even get there. It's insanely difficult to use. Let's hit their shields with my guns so I can hit them more effectively. There we go. Continue to hit their... Oh, no. I should hit their weapons to stop them from hurting us. Now we wait for other spells. How does this work? Oh, the force shield is on himself, so in case the weapons are being targeted. I don't mind. Deathbolt. How much HP does this one have left? 24. That will kill it if I hit. Splat. Shields and weapons disabled. There's not much else to do. Throw another Thrall at them. Oh, this stays on permanently, interestingly. But if I move, it's deactivated. So I've protected... It's a permanent protection of a certain room. Maybe if I stood here? Trying to force him to... If I stood there, I could get better protection as a bubble, but never mind. Hello. Okay. Not much survives the blast. Only a small handful of supply canisters can be retrieved from the wreckage. Choose one. A missile template, the Terror missile. Inflicts stuns crew in target room, ignores shields. So we're basically stunning crew. We have no missile bay currently installed, so it's no purpose. Or an engineer and scrap metal. It's a non-psyker, which is a shame. I guess I could sell the missile template later. It's not a huge amount of value either way. Stumble upon a heavily armed Imperial warship. It immediately opens fire. Okay. These are more murderable than the previous target, so Deathbolt that one. There's just some piddly husks after that. Dead instantly. Okay. Their guns are an energy beam that can't affect shields, so they'll never be able to harm me. We're, in essence, completely safe. Summon the Thrall. Let's try and execute our preemptively heal the Thrall strategy to see if this works. The Thrall. Now let's heal the room. Heal. We're taking damage. We're taking damage. Then we heal, so we'll win that fight due to the staggered use of our spells there. We will not, however, defeat the second one. Blood Thralls aren't necessarily the strongest of troops. The husk may die in the fire, however. That is indeed what happened. 41 scrap, all enemy destroyed. We don't require a shipyard, we're basically healthy, so more battles are better. Encounter a blood cult warship on a courier mission. It reacts aggressively to your presence and opens fire. Thank you, how convenient. There is a vault here. So I'd like to... Ideally, I can pick off the Ritualist as fast as possible. Enemy Psykers are somewhat threatening. Their weapons are less of a concern, so let's just start doing this now. Deathbolt first. Summon Thrall. Throw them into that room. Almost dead. They have enough sensor capacity to block my line of sight, so I'm going to destroy that. There we go. Now I see what's going on. Waiting for so the thrall has spawned. Now we'll throw the healing simultaneously. That was actually too fast, realistically. Did get the kill though. The nasty Psykers have been eliminated. Knock out their shields. I would like to kill all of these slowly but surely so I have access to the vault. I think the easier option is to simply spawn a blood thrall in the vault room and snatch it. Going for the full crew complement kill. None of these particularly matter. Let's go hit their life support. That'll scare them. The life support is on fire. Good luck with that. Show off the magic smash and grab technique. Thrall this room. That takes a long time. For such a weak spawn, it's not particularly effective in speed. We've arrived and we have the vault secured. Extra scrap and munitions. Now we can destroy them at our leisure. We'll lance the shields, as that will drop the shields, thereby allowing the Retributor to do more damage as they have no dodge chance effectively and no shielding. The rest is fairly academic. Let's just kill off a room of husks. They're all dead now. I mean, I'm pretty close to crew killing at this point anyway, but that's of no value. We may as well just shoot them. Scavenge what you can from the remains. Extra scrap. I am hoarding somewhat, but I'd like to save up before we reach these. Which is better for us Psykers? Systems, modules, and missile templates, or ship armaments, consumables, and modules? They both do modules, your systems, and missile templates as opposed to so guns. So maybe the mechanic for systems. There may be some Psyker bonus systems I don't know about. That's worth investigating. Heavily armed Imperial warship idles at this jump point. It does not look friendly. Neither am I. There's an Imperial enforcer on board, so there's effectively no chance of us killing all of that crew. There's far too much power. So what we'll do, we'll assassinate their pilot again, because that makes hitting other things very easy. With him dead, they have poor dodge chance, so let's take out their weapons first, as I don't want to be hit by those. I should just be firing away here, there's no point in not doing so. I'll engage the force field now. That does mean the weapon bay is unmanned, so I lose some charge speed. At least the weapon bay can't be hit. I'll use the thralls just to distract them. I'm waiting for the Retributors to charge, as that'll allow me to knock out their shields first with the energy lance, and then once the shields are down I can fire into their weapons. There we go, weapons and shields disabled. They're all arrived. The enforcers are going to move over and make short work of it. As they're conveniently all bundled in their weapon system. Slightly too slow, but never mind. Retributors ready. Let's wait for the lance one more time. Lance ready into their shields. Just fire the big volley into their weapons. There we go. Now I've expended all of the shots of the energy lance. I'm only allowed 4 per engagement, so we no longer have any juice left with which to fire this. There's not much I can do. I could throw a mine death bolt into that room now they're all bunched. That's a rather effective bit of damage output. Aside from that, we're just waiting for these to happen. Really, it's just the Retributor I need. The Enforcers with 60 HP render this futile. I'll never be able to, I'd have to throw 3 mine bolts at them specifically just to drop them. Ready. There we go. Oh, we're on fire. They do just enough time to slip some damage through. I'm going to empty my doors here to vacuum this room. Scrap metal and munitions. Okay, we'll let that go, and then close the doors and allow the oxygen to refill. And we're missing a little bit of HP internally, so I can heal my injured blood witch. There we go, so we don't have to... The passive healing from jumping would eventually fix that, but I may as well just do it ourselves. I'll move here. If I change my mind, I can go to the other shop instead. You arrive in system to find a small Imperial outpost refinery under attack by a Corsair ship. Intervene. Wait, let us go, and we shall split the proceeds. What do you say? Are we witches and wizards probably aren't the bravest of sorts, so yes, we'll accept and let you go. There you go. You let the Corsairs resume their attacks soon. The outpost defences are neutralised. The Corsairs waste no time in stripping them of any value and make good on their deal and deliver their share. Perfect. Now, merchant mechanic or merchant weapons dealer? Systems module missile template. So the modules for both. Oh, if they're both doing modules, that's not too big a deal. That's the one I'm... But these give systems. Like whole systems, which are more important. I think my weapons are enough to get through for the time being, so the mechanic. In the moment, you receive a communication request from a nearby starship. It is a supply barge of one of the local merchant guilds. Have you heard of the Edge of Eternity? Legends whisper it is a phantom vessel, and those who encounter it are doomed to suffer gruesome deaths. Okay, so I have missile templates which we can purchase. I can sell ours as I don't particularly have any use for this for the moment. But, I believe all it does currently is it stuns crew, but that's about it. Buy the missile bay, buy a launch bay, or buy a terror amplifier. Fire a psychic blast that stuns enemy crew. Well, that makes perfect sense for us. We're a psychic team, so we'll take the terror amplifier. Where do I want it? It's just a 2 system, so I'll use a 2 room. Or it can even fit in a single room. It's fine, I don't mind that. Let's put it here. Okay, still plenty left over. These modules. So, pain engine, plus 10 HP for all blood cultists. So, 30 HP for our blood witch. No one else really benefits. Meditech boosters, plus 10 HP for all Imperial citizens. So, I think that's the majority of us. And then 10 HP for raiders. So, is it worth 40 scrap to add flat 10 HP to any of these? Not immediate. I mean, I guess you could do it for the Imperials. It's not amazing though. I don't need too much extra health. I think I'll leave it. Just take ship upgrades at this point. Do I buy a template? Well, I have to buy the missile bay first for that to work. Don't really want it right now. Missiles. Their missiles are Claymore, the Flare, and the Siege. Only of these psychic based. Minor crew damage, minor crew damage, minor crew damage. We'll get 1 shot. That's very expensive, the Claymore missile, but it does 3 damage per shot, which is quite nice. No, I think I'm fine for the time being. So, warp. Yep. I can activate that. Blood Cult warship emerges from a nearby dust cloud. It moves into attack range and immediately opens fire. Right. They have their own thralls, a ritualist. That's the only real threat, so let's just kill that. Almost dead. Now with that low HP, a thrall can finish it. A single disruptor is not a threat to our vessel, so we can disregard their damage output. And as we have no threat of being shot, I'll take power away from engines, add them to our terror amplifier. Let's fire a blast. So, into these, turn off some thralls. What on earth happened? The ritualist just appeared with full HP. Ability. Cast a healing projectile. Sacrifices nearby friendly thrall for enhanced healing. Oh, we gobbled one of his thralls and healed himself. Annoying. Now our thrall arrives and can't possibly win as he has too much health. I'll try and heal it to do a bit more damage. Hey, got there in time. Well, if I stagger it, if I had another one, I may be able to actually get that to work. What I could do is wait for it to nearly continue combating the thrall, and then when it's very low HP, I'll fire all of my guns into it. In fact, we're winning? Well, only because of our relative HP. Oh, he ran away. Stops in that room, so let's hit that room with all we've got to finish him off. Again, it ate another one of its thralls to save itself. Fine, in 2 seconds I'll charge Death Bolt and finish it that way. Die. We are the only Psyker in the... Oh, don't escape! He keeps running away at just the right time. Tell you what, it might be effective to actually Terror Blast him so he can't keep healing himself. Stunned. And I'll wait for these to charge and finish it in a moment. Charged. Annoyingly, the ship will blow up, so I don't really get to see him die. I think with one volley left, it died before the ship went, so I achieved my objective. There's no real point, but it works. The devastation leaves behind sparse remnants. The salvage, what little you retrieve from the scattered debris. Choose one: a power axe, which is an otherwise melee weapon, or psychic shriek. Cast a projectile that stuns enemy crew in target room for 5 seconds. Yes, please. All psychic options that you can give us are great. I can use that instead of Force Shield, so stunning targets rather than protecting ourselves. The Force Shield isn't amazing, I don't particularly like it. I will forget this psychic power and learn Psychic Shriek instead. There we go. You can do more attacking options are preferable. The Stargate. You approach the Stargate. Options, okay. Imperial Sector, Techno-Cult Sector, or Blood Cult Sector. Now, from what I've seen, the Blood Cultists tend to have a lot of Psykers. They're very, very prevalent. So I think heading down here and pledging ourselves to the Lord of Blood would be an excellent idea. Techno-Cult's machine stuff, and then this is the standard Imperial part, so I would rather this option than anything else. You drop back into real space, arriving at a sector controlled by the Cult of Blood, known for their vast knowledge of forbidden sorceries, along with an unusual predilection for torture. The followers of the Blood God are not to be trifled with. Okay, now at this stage it's well worth considering some upgrades. The first thing we'll do is access the second tier of shield, as enemies will now have enough offensive output to get through one shield rather easily. So, upgrade 2 tiers. We now have 2 tiers of shielding to protect us. As for our other options, we have no extra weapons, so there's no use in leveling that currently. Just a little bit of extra power for the engines wouldn't be terrible. We're not really doing... The sensors are powerful enough. They're level 2, +1 for being manned, so 3. Don't really need extra help there, so I think I'll save the rest. Just do the extra power so I can fully charge the engines. Improves our dodge chance. Okay. I want to visit the Gore Shrine as fast as possible. That will mean, unfortunately... that's really unfortunate. I can't... Due to its positioning, I'll miss out both the Planetary Assault and the Shaman. Well... I have to make an unfortunate choice. I think I have to go through it. The whole point is to devote ourselves to sorceries, and that's where we will do so. So I'll have to skip the Shaman one there and instead come this way. We missed the Mercenary Broker. Well, no, I have enough time to... I do not have enough time to circumvent there. I have to go... Once I'm committed, I'm stuck on the northern path all the way to here. It's rather unfortunate. Shall I forego this in exchange for both of these? I can maybe get lucky and do another Gore Shrine later. No, I have to. It's part of the run. -2 hull integrity. Fantastic. You are transiting close to a backwater orbital colony when an artillery shot smashes into your hull. The shot originated from the colony's defense grid. Contact the colony. The colonial government offers apologies. According to him, raiders have been regularly attacking the colony and carried off supplies. Your arrival unfortunately coincides with the next expected raider attack. The governor requests your aid in defending the colony. Defend them or attack them. You shot us. You're being attacked. How dare you? You strike and disable the long-range artillery that form the centerpiece of the colony's defenses. The governor quickly capitulates and offers you a pair of worker husks. Okay. Soon after leaving, you find yourselves pursued by a small raider vessel. Suddenly, an explosion rocks your ship. The servo husks were evidently programmed to sabotage your vessel, but we get to keep them. Okay, so they've damaged us, but we're still in the fight. They have 2 shots, which are 2 shields to protect us against nicely. Let's heal this first, as knowing what we're dealing with would be nice, so I'll fix our sensors. May as well fire an energy lance into their weapon system to stop them from hurting us. And now we can see it's a collection of husks and 1 Corsair. Just stun the Corsair. 2 husks are nice as I can now man basically all of my systems. Let's Death Bolt. And using Psychic Shriek him as well. Just keeps getting stunned in place. So he's now stunned, and with all the stunning and all the damage, I'll just hit him until he dies. This is largely irrelevant. It's just going to end up going through anyway. I need to target their shields next, as I'm not doing much. So let's spread out. You man the shields, and you man this, as I think that's everything that can be manned, except the doors. Okay, I need to start doing meaningful damage to them. It's Energy Lance. Once the Retributor 3 comes back online, I'll lance and then fire it. There we go. So let's knock out their shields. In fact, I'm going to put the entire volley into shields as I want them to be. Stop protecting themselves. There we go. Scavenge what you can from the rain. Scrap metal and munitions. The reprogram and server costs, they should not cause any more problems. Fantastic. Okay, save stations, we've manned almost everything. Oh, this isn't a mannable system. I thought it was. Well, go stand in the doors then. Now we've manned all systems. Okay, we're heading to here. A heavily armed war cult starship approaches. I will take your head for Crom. Thank you. Weapons are Disruptor and a bolt cannon. Not really that threatening, so just shoot them to death. I can start accessing Psyker powers that allow me to do ship damage. That would be nice, as I'm more reliant on that than anything else. Well, I mean, the Blood Thrall is nice as a kind of utility piece, but can't win a fight against anything. May as well auto-stun something. Stunning their pilot is a good idea, as it will reduce their evasion chance. Stunned. And I can chain the stun with Psychic Streak, so the two of them can keep them sort of perpetually stunned. Activate auto-fire to keep them stunned forever. Shriek the target. Okay, stunned again. Now let's hit their shields so they don't have any protection. Their shields down, I'll take out the engines to ruin their dodge chance as well. Not that it was particularly necessary. In the wake of the explosion, few useful items remain. You retrieve what is from 31. Okay, Gore Shrine. Come across a small, deserted outpost. Nothing appears out of the ordinary, save for a pattern of complex sigils pointing toward the single flayed corpse nailed to the entrance. It is a shrine to an ancient god. A ship emerges from hiding. It bears the dark, regal heraldry of the blood cults. You will be my sacrifice to Ariok. That's our own patron deity, Ariok. That's who we serve. There's no vault, so just murder them. Again, we'll chain stun this fellow so they can't do anything to protect themselves. Death bolt, and we'll thrall, and I'll shoot them as well, just to be mean about it. Fire all the psychic powers. Splat, stunned, shoot. Extra damage. And we also can fire a Terror Blast at them as well, so they never get back into the game. If they stop being stunned, they'll use the opportunity to heal themselves, which is annoying. The Blood Thrall should get there to stop them now. There we go. Oh, you're running. Where are you going? I can't escape the room I'm in. I'm stuck. Fine. Whatever room they run to. Hit them with a lance. Oh, I just gobble. It does it so quickly, that healing spell. It's rather irritating. I don't see how the Disruptor gets through our shields, but it might eventually, so I'm somewhat threatened by the weapons. Let's take them out. Okay, just the bolt cannon active. Oh, this is why we have no shields. We've been ioned. That's rather bad. Disruptor did some meaningful damage to us there. There's nothing else I can do psychic-wise, so we'll wait. This is going to hurt unless I accidentally dodge it. Taking damage. Fix that. Keep hitting their weapons then. Him stunned, so they can't do anything. How much health does it have? 27. This is on auto fire. Death bolt it again. Unthrall him again. Hitting the weapons. Somehow you healed yourself through stun. That's annoying. Stun again. Oh, we don't need that venting anymore. There goes the blood fall. Keep hitting the weapons. I don't like that they're active again. Blue. And if the bloodfall is there, I may as well try and heal it to keep it alive. I do remember these have pretty poor damage output. There we won. I cannot defeat Husk, sadly. Oh, the heal. Oh, the stun got there, so I can kill them while they're stunned. That's a nice bit of synergy there. Weapons are in trouble, but I will eventually lose this battle, sadly. Are there anywhere they're going to stand two in a room? Yes, here. Let's mind bolt this. Dead. We could maybe assassinate all of their crew if we were willing to wait a while. Bother. Just fire the Retributor at them until they die. Take out their shields. There we go. No more shields. Husks have so little HP, fire is a rather nasty threat to them. What am I currently waiting for? Put a Husk in there. Go stand in their life support, that'll scare them. If they all bunch up in one room like this, I can just fire a death bolt and that'll likely finish them. Like so. Ah, they just escaped. He got away. But if I target you instead... You have what, 2 HP? Cool, the Thrall can finish him easily. Wait here. Yeah, Thrall victory. After disposing of the enemy ship, you set your sights on the shrine ahead. It pulses with malevolent fire, fed from the sacrifice of the destroyed vessel. Pledge yourself to the blood god. There you go. You resolve to pledge yourself to the blood god. Further sacrifice must be made. Offer your blood. A wave of perverse energy floods your psyche. Blood trickles from your eyes. The pain is excruciating. Yeah. Delirious with agony, you begin to lose consciousness. You feel something akin to rapture. We've been injured. There we go. Okay. You wake up to discover a strange brand carved into your neck. It bleeds. Gore Shrine activated. Blood cultist units appear more frequently in rewards and merchants. Only one shrine may be active at a time. Commander cannot rest for 3 jumps. And we're also bleeding. But fortunately we have a heal, so I can just forcibly put HP back on ourselves. There we go. Okay now. And then everything else is fine. Recall crew, not that it makes a difference, and jump. Splat. Ah, there's a vault. Send the blood through. Grab it. You look up to see a possessed warship heading your direction. Weapons armed. Dark energy slides off its hull as it advances. Its command throne must have been tainted by an infernal entity. You prepare to fight. Yeah, that one in particular. A single fleshling seems to be running the whole thing. Well, Thrall, that, has an energy beam and a thunder cannon. The thunder cannon can't breach our shields, so really, and then the energy beam does not affect shields, so their weapons are of no threat to us. So just snatch that, and then tell you what, we'll even energy lance it so it dies. There you go. Oh, it has just enough HP to survive that. Fine. When it tries to contest our blood Thrall, it'll die regardless. Oh, it's boarded us. It's there. Okay. Imperial Acolyte. Go punch it. We win. Shocking, I know. Secured the vault. Your crew retrieves the contents of the storage vault. Module. Wrath of Angels. Your lances always hit. Good. Our lance is now guaranteed hit. We'll absolutely install. Wrath of Angels successfully installed. Thank you. Now we just slowly but surely shoot it to death. Take out their shields so it's easier to hit other things. Oh, interesting. The blood Thrall doesn't need to breathe. Wait, it's... Oh no, we are slowly running out of HP, I think. Yeah, okay, so we are suffocating. The shields are not down yet, so hit them again. And now we wait. Charged. With debris scattered across the area, you sift through the remains and recover a modest amount of salvageable items. Choose one. 4 repair drones and 2 scrap metals, or rejuvenate. So I remember the rejuvenate psychic power is worth 10 scrap in the shop, and I don't particularly need it on any more than 1, so I'd likely just sell it. Or the repair drones in case our systems start exploding. I don't know how much they're worth. I'll take this. It'll just sit there for now. We can sell it if we need to. Let's warp to... I think the mechanic's sensible as given the amount of scrap metal I have. Cannot rest, but that's fine. A massive cargo freighter slowly maneuvers towards you. The captain sends a friendly greeting and suggests a trade. Have you heard the whispers? The blood cultists believe Ariok entertains great plans for a chosen champion, one who rides upon the blood of the fallen. Hey, that's me. Okay, systems. Husk rack constructs biomechanical worker husks, bombards or launch bays. That's the systems. And then here, another blood cultist switch. That's perfect. I'll definitely have you on board. Welcome. Extra blood thrall. Hardened casing. HP for machine slaves. Pain engine blood cultist. That's now worth considering given that it seems to be a blood cultist run. I don't know if it will affect me despite my pledge to the Blood Lord, but I doubt it, but I think it makes perfect sense to add this now. Pain engine. There we go. They're now up to 30 HP. Did I increase at 85? I don't think I started on 85, so maybe that did work. No, I started on 70 and then the armor added 15. So we are where we are. Right, that's just for you two. And then other options. The siege bombard, potentially. As I need more ship-to-ship damage, so just bombarding them constantly would be rather nice. I think so. There's a 2-weapon system, so ideally somewhere with a lot of traffic so I can heal it effectively near here is good. There we go. I think that's more than enough from this shop. We've spent quite a bit. I will need to power the siege bombard as well, so upgrade. There we are. It costs 3 munitions to deploy, but once it's deployed, it's effectively deployed for that battle, so you don't have to do any more. I have no further things to man, except the siege bombard isn't a manable structure, so there's nothing else for the Blood Witch to do. We just stand here and do wizard stuff. We have 2 uses of Summon Thrall now. It starts to get a little bit more interesting. I could swap one out for Rejuvenate. No, I like the greater offensive capacity. We're down in HP and not healing due to the air quote blessing, so I'll heal manually with this. There we go, now I full HP, and everyone else is fine. I don't need to do anything else, so let's move on. Shipyard, or what a riveting choice. An abandoned shipyard floats into view. It appears to be a safe place to rest. Repair the hull, we're fine. Heal your injuries, we're fine. Construct a machine slave. I mean, I've already manned everything, so there's not much point in having more husks. Or scavenge munitions. I do have a siege bombard, so I will be utilising these considerably more than previously, so I think that makes sense. We have 6 munitions. That's enough for 2 uses of the bombard. And how invigorating. You re-enter real space and are immediately attacked by a pirate vessel. They appear to have suffered damage from a prior engagement. Sorry, nothing personal. Personnel kid, you have absolutely no means of defending yourself, so this is pretty trivial. Death Bolt, Psychic Streak, Auto Fire the stun into it. I'm not engaging the Seed Bombard for this, it's far too easy. So what I'll do instead is I'll just pack one of these rooms with Blood Thralls. Now, because we're casting, we're no longer manning this, but the moment we finish manning, we can then get back in and see what's going on. The Corsair will die to my Blood Thrall, except he managed to escape. Lucky devil. I may as well heal one of these, as I think the Husks will win that one. Didn't get there in time. Need to react faster. Corsair is still alive. Well, let's fix that. Die, Corsair, die. Then check their weapons, but I'm not too worried. They couldn't escape that. Got them. Just use all the psychic powers. 42 scrap metal, 3 munitions. There's an abandoned shipyard here. You scavenge some repair drones from within. I have quite a few of those now. I didn't actually... Oh, no, I didn't take the other options. So, it's a tool. So, anyone with a tool slot. I guess, myself. Oh. Oh, I have a psychic power slot I've not been using. So I could just... Wait, what? I already have Death Bolt. So am I allowed an extra psychic power? Is that what's going on? Consume Psychogram to teach you a new psychic power. New psychic power, Rejuvenate. Yeah. I have two. Fast, I can have two. So Death Bolt is permanent and can't even be removed. You just have it forever. And then there's an extra slot that functions like everyone else's. Okay, good to know. And then, so no tool slot there in exchange. So I'll have to give this to someone else. So I guess one of the blood cultists. Congrats, you have a repair drone. We have to head up here. I can't take the mercenaries. Your ship arrives at the next jump node. In the distance, you notice a vast crimson altar. Investigate. You approach the altar and spot a hidden entrance beneath it. Inside is a stash of rare ingredients. They could be useful. 2 Stygian reagents. Okay. Ritual materials to summon a Stygian worm. If you want to summon worms, we now can. Again, that makes perfect sense to go on a blood cultist. There we are. They are rather potent, I was called Stygian worms. Much better than our thralls, so I should consider carefully when I choose to use them. Oh, look at all the blood. A cult warship suddenly appears before it. They immediately open fire, hissing over the comms. The Prince of Blood craves souls. Does he? Well, using my attack into any one of these rooms almost instantly drops the entire room, so go for it. And mine are equal to yours, but I can use healing spells, so I'll throw both summon thralls into here. I want to stun this one, as he's rather threatening. I'll auto-stun him with Terror Blast. Lance, I can hit one of the softer targets. In fact, let's lance their engine so they can't dodge effectively. The lance will always hit due to Wrath of Angels, which is nice. These haven't been fired yet. Let's wait a second. There go the blood thralls. So now that they're gone, I'll wait a moment. Then I'll put the heal in here about now. Okay, and then keep lancing the engines again. My heal has arrived, not in time to save. Oh no, both of my guys are still alive. I have a second heal to chain with this, so let's heal again. Ah, they're healing themselves as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get there in time to save the other one, so it's now only a single one. This means I'm unlikely to crew kill quickly here. Well, particularly with that one there. Okay, just 2 left now. I say that, it's actually quite easy to get a crew kill. Let's kill him. 2 HP remains. That's a single energy lance and we're done. Your crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find a few useful items. So yeah, when kind of synergizing the rejuvenates with the blood thralls mean they can survive enough to actually kill things, but only against very, very fragile targets. If there was anything potent in here, it wouldn't make much of a difference. Do I go to the shop or do I ignore it in lieu of more potential resources? Missile bays, missile template, systems and equipment. I'm not particularly swooned by any of that. No, I'd rather just keep fighting. I don't need any of those right now. Encounter a war cult vessel being pursued by an Imperial patrol ship. Attack the Imperial ship, leave the war cultists to their fate. We will save our fellow war cultists. You prime your weapons and move to intercept the Imperial ship. Hang on. Sorry, we're not war cultists, we're blood cultists. War was the other one. They have a missile bay, which will be firing at us, which is irritating, so I'll put a stop to that immediately. And then think about where we want to put our cultists. Probably into their weapon systems is good, so they can't shoot us. And who has the most HP? Well, they're all Imperial recruits, so I'm hopeful I can stack a number in one room and do this. Death Bolt. If I was slightly faster, I could have hit all 3. But never mind, that's not bad. To do this, so let's... maybe I should use Psychic Streak and my stuns in the room in which I'm fighting, as that will allow me to do a bunch of damage to targets without actually allowing them to fight back, so I can more effectively stagger. So let's wait. Okay, we've arrived and then start moving towards me. I'll now Psychic Shriek. They come, so that we've healed, and they've been stunned, so they can't defend themselves. That stun will wear fairly quickly, so I'll send the next stun as well. That'll be your job. Do I want to energy lance? We can't win due to the gene soldiers being present. They're far too strong. We can do some nice damage to this room by killing these targets. Let's hit this annoying bombard. Don't want to hit me over and over again. Hey presto. I'll try and heal them again as the next ones come. The gene soldiers are going to come and show us the error of our ways. In fact, I'm dead before the heal can even get there. Not surprising. I suppose I could win. Eventually I'd win a crew battle by endlessly throwing thralls at them. Oh, they're on fire as well. How delightful. And they're also getting stunned as well. Death bolt will what? Kill off one and nearly get most of that one done. Ship will give way before the final gene soldier, but this would work. It's also the bombard I simply haven't been using as the enemy aren't potent enough to justify it yet. Now we wait a little bit. Yeah, the room stunning is rather nice. I should have been using that to help the thralls in combat. If I could summon something just a bit bigger, something more powerful, this would be really, really good. Having to make do with rather low tier attackers. Not much is left after the blast, but you do manage to secure a few intact supply containers. 26 scrap metal. And we have intruders. Great, a berserker has popped up. Cultists are displeased at your intervention. They dispatch an assault sled and board you with one of their champions. Right, it's there. I have doors at least, so who can handle this? Well, I need to just... Is it stuck on doors or is it going to walk through? It's trying to reach my... I'll put one blood thrall here and one blood thrall there. Well, I could just death bolt it and that basically solves most of the problem for me. There you go, that's most of its HP. In fact, the Imperial Acolyte can just go kill it now. Why am I... Nah, we'll wait for the spawn of this. It's going to break through the door and then get stuck here. It's trying to destroy my life support but doesn't have the time. Say that. There we go. We win. The chromic cultists withdraw following the death of their champion. You salvage what is left of the champion's mangled equipment. There's as much scrap on him as most starships, apparently. Should consider healing a little bit when I encounter the next shop. Oh. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Well, we've been stuck up the top side all the way, so we may as well continue. Exiting the jump, you stumble upon a chromic warship drifting alongside a wrecked frigate. They quickly peel away and start targeting you. Thank you. They have all the weapons. That's a rather threatening number of actual weapons, so we need to be quite scared here. In that case, we will... Skeletons are weak. The only threat is the berserker, so if I'm death bolt this and then send my thralls in, I may in fact be able to win this just by killing them all. Off that goes, and I'll even energy lance it just to... Well, I should hit their missiles to stop them from hitting me. Move. Okay. Away go the thralls. There's the missile. I can't stop it. It missed, which is convenient. It's the only way to avoid that fate. Okay. Energy lance it again. And then we'll heal as we're about to arrive. Oh, it takes so long for the heal to get that. We also need to stun effectively, so Psychic Shriek the room. The Retributor is charged. Let's hit their shields, I guess. The heal did arrive, excellent. So some skeletons now, and the stun has arrived. They can't defend themselves. They're all just dying. Then comes the next wave. We'd want to fire this one now. I say next wave, they're all dead already. Skeletons, one thing we can actually defeat in direct combat. How nice. You collect what you can from the remains, choose one. An electro maul and some scrap, or 34 scrap. That amount, even if I sell them all, this amounts to more. I wouldn't use them all effectively on anyone, as I'm not using these as borders. The thralls are doing it, so just scrap, please. Sure, recall the crew. I shall save you, blood thralls. My valiant thralls. Do you feel saved? Can you feel the salvation? Oh, you've been healed. Great. You discover a lifeboat adrift. Its occupant is long dead, but you recover some medical supplies from within. Okay, and then I think what the next jump is the Stargate, so I think I'll just stop there. And let's do the upgrades, potentially. How much does it cost to get tier 3 shielding? 150. I think that's sensible. There you go. The less damage we take overall, the less scrap I have to spend on repairing, which nets me more for increasing my overall damage output. I think that's an excellent time to stop. Thank you very much for watching. If you came all the way, I do really appreciate it. If it was enjoyable, please do consider liking and subscribing. It's a very effective way of communicating to me that these are the kind of videos that you like. If you have any notes on the run, or if it's kind of like any Psyker specific knowledge, of course it's my first time, so feedback is greatly appreciated. Or if you just want to chat with me in the comment section, I do take the time to stop and read them all, so that's great too. Thank you very much, and thank you for all the support. I'll see you next time.